What happens when you get stuck in emptiness?
Yeah, a lot of people do get stuck in emptiness, and a lot of traditions end with emptiness. It's very interesting, you know, and Zen Master Bon Yeon was always kind of pushing that point. So he talked a lot about the Zen circle. And so 0 degrees on this circle is sort of, you're stuck in your thinking, right? Attached to everything. 90 degrees is form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Tyler talked a little bit about that. That's sort of like conceptually you can understand, like here's a cup. If I smash this against the wall, it's a million shards that maybe turn into the garden and turn into a rose. So, you know, form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Everything's always changing. And 180 degrees on the circle is complete emptiness. So that's before form, before emptiness. So this is a place where there's not a lot to say, right? So one master said to another master a long time ago in China, you know, Master, please build a seamless monument for me. And he said, yes, in the form of this monument. And the master was silent. So this is like a Zen, like Tyler was saying, like a Zen poem. It's like a seamless monument. No speech. No inside, no outside. Right? So really wonderful place to experience. And I think each and every one of us has had some moments of that in our life. You know, and if you sit these long retreats, maybe it becomes a little deeper. But you don't have to sit a long retreat to have a moment of that in your life. So I think we've all had a little taste, or maybe a big taste. But this is not the end of the line. So this goes on, the circle comes back, it goes through this part called 270, which is like freedom style thinking. And it's funny, you know, I'm wearing this Apple iWatch because I love gadgets. But when San Sanim used to give this talk, and it was only like 20 years ago, he would say, you know, magical thinking, it means one day you'll look on your wristwatch, you'll talk to your friend. Like now it's like happening. You know, you say, oh, hello. You know, it's so funny. It's crazy, but it's like this magical place where, you know, it's probably not real necessary to go into that, but when you practice really hard for a really long time, magic happens. And magic is sort of like, we say magic, but it's not really magic. It's just that our eyes and ears are so open and so clear. You could see the molecules running up the bark of a tree. You could hear a chorus coming out of a tea kettle, right? And these things are, you know, they're phenomena that exist. Like, who knows, maybe dogs have this. You know how dogs can smell stuff and they can hear stuff that we can't? This phenomena is not special, but when our mind is really, really clear, we can perceive that too. And then finally we come back to 360, which is everyday mind. Okay, everyday mind. When you're doing something, just do it. Salt is salty, sugar is sweet. If you see somebody who needs a drink, give them a drink. Okay, so he used this circle to talk about like stages of practice. And it's not like we go from one around in a linear or circular fashion to the other, the next, and then we get back home and we're done. We might jump around on these, you know, points. But what I really value so much about Zen Master Bon Yeon is he emphasized so much that 360. And a lot of traditions emphasize this 180 place. So you can go and sit in a monastery and have people bring you food 3 times a day and have everything taken care of and not talk to anyone because it's silent. And you can get to that place. But what happens when you get up and you leave that place and you go back to your job and your boss says a crossword to you, or you go back to your home and that cousin or that person who bothers you, then where does this clarity go? Where is it? So all these points are very interesting and very important. And we don't want to get stuck not only in the emptiness one, but any of them, right? I saw this neat thing on Instagram today by Trudy Goodman, who used to actually practice here a long time ago. What did it say? It was one of those little like saying things, and it said, "Let go or be dragged." I thought that was a really good one. You know, you see these things, let go or be dragged. I was like, yeah, that's a good one. So if we hold on to any of these experiences along the way, you know, we get stuck there, right? You can be stuck to your magic, you can be stuck to this emptiness, you can be stuck to your thinking. So practicing, like Tyler was saying, is just moment to moment to moment letting go. Letting go. And thank God we have one another. You know, thank God we have one another, because if you want to stay attached to emptiness, you better go be in a cave, because somebody is going to bump you, right? And that's bodhisattva action. That's why we need each other. We keep jostling each other, you know, kind of like the potatoes rubbing against one another in a pot. We're bodhisattvas for each other. So that person who drives you the craziest, that person who's your worst enemy, that person who makes your heart beat and your fist clench, that person is your true master. So interesting. And so this is where I love where Zen meets our life. You know, it's not like you get up from that cushion, you get up from that long retreat, you get up from that empty place, and that person is going to find you right quick. And then they're going to poke you in that spot, right? And as Buddhists, as Zen students, you know what our job is then? Thank you for your teaching. Thank you for your teaching. You just showed me one more place that I'm stuck. So interesting.